Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of In Search Of. Today we're going to be talking about D'Angelo, an R&B legend, a soul legend who sadly passed away last year. I found these beautiful photos of him years ago that were taken in Harlem and in front of this Chinese food restaurant, and I was up there a couple years ago and I was like, wow, I found this corner. It's so random, but I found it. And after he passed, I wanted to revisit these photos and contextualize them.
Brother won the Wednesday Apollo Amateur Night Contest 3 times and walked away with enough prize money to buy himself a set of keyboards and enough confidence to shop for a record deal. Out on EMI Records with his cover of Smokey Robinson's Cruising. Once again, Apollo, show your love, D'Angelo.
My music is an expression of who I am as a person. And me being an individual, you know what I'm saying, expressing myself through the music, my music is going to be different, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to sound like everybody else, I'm just trying to be me, I'm just trying to, that's how I'm feeling.
There's really a lot we could talk about regarding D'Angelo, but for now, I really only wanted to put these pictures into context. And there's only one person I thought of to help us do that, and that's Getz from the Up for Life podcast, an all-round D'Angelo expert. I'm gonna sort of stop talking because we want to hear from you.
Word. Yeah, I'm touched that you thought of me. You said I'm the guy. I just want to say I'm a guy. I'm proud of all that, but at the same time, you know, I learned from folks, and they had like a website in '99, OK Player, you know, still dial up, and there were message boards, and everybody knows about message board culture. D'Angelo's like digital heartbeat home base lived on the OK Player boards, and that's where I learned about everything. That's where I was able to find out about the music that was not commercially released. I'd liken it to a cult, and while you might not be able to understand it on a D'Angelo aspect, you can definitely understand it. I know how you are about the Beasties. I'm also that way about the Beasties, so there is a symbiosis there.
Nice. That's awesome.
Let me tell you about this girl. Maybe I should. I met her in Philly, and her name was Brian.
D'Angelo put out 3 records in 30 years. 95 debut, 2000 Voodoo, and then Black Messiah almost by surprise in December of 2014. The Beastie Boys and D'Angelo have these huge songs that multi-generational people can plug into. They know, you know, Paul Revere or Intergalactic, just like there's Brown Sugar and Untitled and Betrayed My Heart and The Charade and all these canonical D'Angelo records. Beneath all that, there's just voluminous, deep wells of material, both official and unofficial, bootleg, stuff that shouldn't have got out.
What do you define as soul music?
Soul music is soul music. Soul music is music that comes from the soul. That's written and conceived from the soul. That's what soul music is.
He's playing with B.B. King around this time, Eric Clapton, and got a Grammy, but he's not yet a household name or the chosen one, as Jay Smooth and Questlove would put it.
I was all in. The music was confident, controlled. It was like 30 years of soul and the next 30, all in one breath.
I just wanna put you down. Yeah. I just want y'all to get down. Yeah. Everybody come get down. Everybody if you went.
D'Angelo to me was one of the last pure artists in black music. In my mind, no one would ever come close to how Prince held us hostage 10 years prior. And then D'Angelo walked in. Game over.
In my opinion, you rarely hear someone from your own generation and realize that you're in the midst of an eventual all-time great. Now, I believe that in 20 years, we're going to look back on this man's career and we're going to see an amazing musical journey.
Such a wonderful, such a wonderful lady, such a wonderful.
I want to quote Jay Smooth, who quoted Nelson George, who said, like, to be that kind of like black genius and superstar, it takes a certain kind of megalomania to withstand it that James Brown had, that Prince had. They were that. D'Angelo had all the magic musically, but did not have the ego and megalomania to withstand. So he succumbed to the same kind of demons that a Sly or a Marvin Gaye did.
Before you started writing the Voodoo album, that you were really lacking inspiration. What caused the whole lack of inspiration, you know?
Yeah, well, I basically didn't know how to handle or to accept everything that happened. So, because before you get into the business, you really don't know what it's about until you get into it. Once you rub heads with snakes and everything like that, you know, you get jaded. So I kind of got jaded, you know? And I had to return to why I wanted to do this in the first place. And that was because of my love for the music.
I don't know if you have seen the pictures that I took of D'Angelo or the spot where he was. But
Yeah, the ones from like '96 where he's like in is he in Harlem or Brooklyn?
yeah, it's Harlem. And it was just this random picture. This is from an interview with photographer Jamil GS by journalist Miss Rosen on animalnewyork.com. And it says, he received a commission from The Face to photograph a new artist on the come-up named D'Angelo. When I first heard him, I felt the edge, how the production had the street element, the twang of the times, and that he hailed from the South. I wanted to shoot him somewhere that resonated. My grandparents and my father came from the South and settled in Harlem, and I wanted to trace some of those footsteps.
Is it 116th or 125th in Lenox, that corner? Because it's tagged on both. Because I think what they did that day, just judging by the photographs, was just took a stroll. This is just after Brown Sugar. So D'Angelo had moved to New York. Brown Sugar, he won a Grammy for it, so it's not like he was unknown, but I don't think he's the type of guy that would have been getting stopped like he would in the Voodoo era, where he, was just screaming women waiting for him outside of hotels.
I have to say, all the ladies are jealous of me right now because this man is very sexy. Are you excited about the performance?
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm excited to be here, and we're gonna rip we're gonna tear the roof off tonight. So,
But he's not yet a household name. He's blowing weed smoke, so he's feeling good. And I think there's a certain youthful naivete in this moment that the photos depict. He's got the braids in, and he's kind of dressed in that sort of Timberlands and that sort of mid-90s hip-hop aesthetic. I think that just in these images of him frolicking, smoking weed in Harlem, posing, feeling sort of comfortable, and just his sort of the green, youthful innocence, for lack of a better term. He's a reclusive dude. You could run into him on the street. There's stories of you'll just run into him in a bodega in New York where he lived for the majority of his post-voodoo life. And he was down to say what up, talk, kick it, but he was not inclined to do interviews. I'm in media. And also, for a long period of time, he was not his best self and was really reluctant to even, come out of the shell. And when he did, he often got himself in some shit, and so there was that part of it. All this to say that D'Angelo was a pillar of revolution in black music in contemporary era. He broke the mold, and initially there was an aversion. The establishment, the cognoscenti, said, no, you can't do that. And he said, watch me, and everybody followed, and here we are.